Now, let me talk a bit about Flurry Analytics. Flurry is integrated in over 720,000 apps built by over 220,000 app developers. And I'm proud to say that from this we track over 10 billion sessions per day, which gives us insights into 2 billion active users per month. And let me put this number of 2 billion in perspective. This is more than the reach of clean water on Earth. Even the most organized religion doesn't have that kind of reach which Flurry has on mobile. We have identified a segment called mobile addicts. These are users who use the app at least 60 times a day. And in Q2 2014, we found that these numbers were 176 million, which have increased this past quarter by about 60% to 80 million. If mobile addicts were a country, their population on a global scale would be 8 last year and 4 this year, just after China and the US. And if this trend continues, it most likely will, mobile addicts will overtake US in terms of global population. On an average, a US user spends 3 hours 40 minutes on his smartphone, which is an increase of 35% from last year. And you can also see the time spent on mobile browser have decreased by 50% in just 2 years. Now I'm going to talk about the top 3 categories on mobile which take up 70% of the user's time on his phone. These are messaging and social, entertainment and gaming. So we have compared data from Q2 2014 and Q2 2015. And as you can see, for messaging and social, the time spent has actually increased 50%. And messaging and social is not coming from a low base, it's actually coming from a high base. So achieving a 50% growth in a year is actually highly commendable. Entertainment, as you can see, which includes apps like YouTube, music, and Dubsmash, etc. Have seen a 240% increase year on year. This is a mind-boggling triple-digit growth over the past 4 quarters. The last sector, gaming, even though gaming still occupies 50% of the user's time spent on the phone, this has actually decreased 36% year on year. So, being the leading category last year, it has actually decreased quite a bit to come on number 3. And we were honestly quite shocked looking at numbers on gaming. There are 2 reasons we believe why this decrease on gaming has happened. One reason is that gaming is primarily a hit-driven industry. And in the past 18 months, we haven't really seen any huge hits from the market. The top grossing ranks are still dominated by 3 apps: Supercell's Clash of Clans, Machine Zone's Game of War, and King's Candy Crush. Second reason we believe that gaming, the time spent on gaming is down because we've increasingly seen users spend their way up the app rather than just by the hard work and earning currency. They are willing to make in-app purchases to progress faster, and that has decreased the time on gaming. Although we think all is not lost and gaming will pick up as soon as we have some more hits coming to the market, and which is bound to happen sometime very soon. 70% of all the time spent on messaging and social apps is actually users consuming content. And this time spent consuming content has increased by 108% year on year. So what does this mean? This means that content is king again. Users are actively discovering, engaging, and distributing content to other people. Communities have become the new distribution channel. It is people who are actively distributing content to other people by liking, reblogging, etc. So no longer we have search and media companies deciding what kind of content you should distribute. It's people in communities who are actually promoting content. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Yahoo's mobile developer. you are already aware with Flurry Analytics, but since Flurry's acquisition last year, Yahoo has been working very hard to make sure we provide the developers all the necessary tools to succeed in the market. We have recently introduced Explorer functionality in Analytics, which is an easy-to-use data exploration interface to help you return insights in a matter of seconds. I'll be talking about Flurry Analytics more in the next slide. So, Yahoo app publishing really helps you monetize, and I get a sense that a lot of people in the audience today have come here to understand how to monetize their app, how to crack that code. So, Yahoo helps monetize through native and video apps, and I believe Sahil will be talking more about his developers monetize. Tumblr in-app sharing. As I mentioned earlier, it's users promoting content to other users, and of late, app discovery has become so very difficult in the recent times. It's really, so once you have developed an app, your next objective is to get it to as many users as possible, as many quality users as possible. And just with the sheer number of apps in the market, it's really difficult to stand up. We understand this, and for this, we have introduced Tumblr in-app sharing, in which users of your app can post in-app content directly on Tumblr, which has a community of very active and engaged users. So that post can get liked, reblog, and spread to the community. Any person who clicks on that post is taken directly to your app, and if it doesn't have the app installed, it's taken to the app store. So this is a new medium to acquire users via Tumblr and making use of new distribution channels and user communities. Next is Yahoo Search and Apps. Yahoo, so as a developer, all of you want the users to spend maximum time inside your apps rather than get distracted by something in existing. What Yahoo Search and Apps does is really enable you to keep your users within the app if they want to make a search. Sahil will be talking much more in detail about this functionality. Yahoo App Marketing helps developers acquire users across the globe on native and video ad formats, and they've seen very high quality users in terms of engagement and high lifetime values. Flurry enables developers to send their app data to other integrated partners without the need of integrating their SDK. For the next few slides, I'm going to talk more about Flurry Analytics and the kind of features it offers, and also the new features that we have recently introduced in New York a couple of weeks back. So as I mentioned earlier, Flurry was the first in-app markets, was the first company to introduce in-app analytics to the market. This happened in 2008 and will always be free. Flurry Analytics is only designed to provide so we understand what are the important metrics that need to be tracked, what are the questions that developers want answered to. As I mentioned earlier, we have a reach on over 720,000 apps built by 220,000 developers. Data coming from 2 billion devices, 2 billion unique devices per month. And on an average, every smartphone has at least 7 apps which have a Flurry integrated. As a developer, all of you face a lot of questions because, come to think of it, there's so much skill associated with it. I'm having so many users, so many unique users, and all of them. So, as a developer, you want to understand how the user is engaging inside your app, what a typical user path looks like, what kind of marketing campaigns are running the highest quality traffic to your app, what are the key indicators that show that you're growing the number of downloads, and what kind of metrics indicate or what kind of metrics you should be tracking in order to monitor performance in your app. I'll be talking about all of this in more detail in the next few slides. These are some very basic metrics that everyone tracks, and this gives a very macro picture on the user activity in terms of new users, active users, retention rates. But as an app developer, you need to go much beyond this and really understand your users and how to make your product even better. As all of you may know that the first iteration is almost never perfect. You do need to iterate based on data coming in from users, different signals coming in, that this is working inside your app, this is not working. So when I talk about understanding a user, it really boils down to understanding the demographics, age, gender, persona. To be able to classify these users into different segments to identify which are the most valuable cohorts. So all of these points I'm discussing more in the further slides. Persona targeting. What persona targeting does is really understand the user behavior and user interest and classify users under different personas. These could be business professionals, auto enthusiasts, bookworms, music lovers. As you know, apps are built in silos. There are no cookies to track as a user transitions from one app to another, what kind of activity they are performing across apps. Since Flurry has unique insights into so many different apps and across so many different devices, we are in a great position to understand what kind of apps the user is using and classify users based on usage of those apps. To optimize the app performance, it's very important for you to understand. In terms of whenever you do a marketing campaign, you want to know which type of campaign came from Facebook, Yahoo, in-movie, media, email marketing, SMS marketing is bringing the highest quality users, so that can allocate more budget to it. The times in which advertisers used to blindly spend are way past. It's important to understand the source of users, the kind of quality they're driving, and it's also important to understand how the users are engaging your app inside your app after the install. In usage and events, you can create any number of custom events inside your app. Basically, any activity inside your app can be classified as an event. And based on those events, you can create funnels to understand how the user, what percentage of users is moving from one event to another. If it's a food ordering app like Food Panda, it could be opening the app to the first event, moving on to the selecting the city to the second event, selecting the cuisine third, restaurant fourth, making the order fifth. So funnels really help you understand what point the drop is maximum. It could be the user selected some X restaurant in central Bangalore, but the actually purchase after selecting the rate is 0 because probably either the items are too expensive or the menu isn't attractive enough. So that will really enable Food Panda to understand whether to continue a relationship with such a vendor or not. And this could be customized in unlimited number of ways depending on your task. So these are the segments I talked about a bit earlier, in which we can create cohorts of users to understand where the most valuable users lie. You can create cohorts based on the acquisition rate. You can create segments based on the user's level, heavy users of your app, medium users, light users. And if you have any specific segments that you have defined inside your app, in-app purchases, subscriptions, signing up, you can create segments of those users and slice and dice data to see how those users are performing inside your app as compared to other users. Similarly, you can create segments based on demographics as well as acquisition source. For example, if acquisition source, you can compare how the user from Facebook and how the user from in-movie are separately transitioning inside your app. How are they engaging? Is that any different? Is my Facebook user more higher quality? So that can help you understand or answer a lot of questions. I talked about personas a bit earlier. So personas are classification of your users into interest groups such as business travelers, business professionals, bookworms, music lovers, auto enthusiasts. So as I mentioned earlier, Yahoo has unique insights into lots and lots of devices, and that really helps us understand So for example, in order to classify under an auto enthusiast persona, if the user is actively making purchases of car accessories on app, if they're controlling the car's music system on app, if they have subscribed to car magazines inside an app, and they're using those particular apps at least 4 to 5 times higher than the average user, we will put that user under an auto enthusiast persona. So think about it. Think how valuable this information is for you. So for example, if in your app you see that 80% of users are maybe casino lovers or auto enthusiasts, you can make a package you can go send ads directly to that person. For example, if it's 80% are auto enthusiasts, you can go to Tata, Jaguar or Mercedes and tell them that Yahoo tells me that so many of your users are highly engaged users for auto companies, and you can potentially purchase this traffic. No need to go via any other mediator. And more importantly, this data, the activity data that we see is for the last 30 days, and this gets refreshed every 2 weeks. So Yahoo makes sure that you don't see outdated data in terms of persona. This is based on the activity in the last 30 days, refreshed every 2 weeks. So these are some of the default personas that we have on our dashboard. It's also possible to create custom personas, but right now I believe that this is about a 50 to 60 default personas, but it does cover a lot of categories. User acquisition analytics, the ability to understand or classify users coming from different channels and monitoring their user journey inside the app, and the kind of quality they're bringing on. It's very easy to actually chart on Flurry or Yahoo. You can simply create a campaign, it will generate a tracking URL, it will tracking URL into your acquisition campaign, and that can help us identify which users coming from Facebook, which is coming from email. So these are the events and funnels I talked about earlier with regards to Flow Funnel. This is a hotel booking app, and the developer has created events around. First event is the user viewing the menu. Second event is selecting the hotel. Third is entering the payment information, and lastly, it's the confirmation page. So it's really important for the developer to understand how many users who will serve their menu will actually ended up making hotel confirmation. So in this particular case, we see after viewing the menu, only 35% people progress in making the hotel reservation and 20% of them confirmed. In case, so this looks like pretty regular numbers, but you can notice flags and you see that after selecting the hotel, actual confirmation rate is maybe only 2%. So that's a clear flag that something is not right. Maybe with that hotel, maybe with your app, could be anything. So Flurry empowers you to create events at any point inside your app, create funnels to understand how the user is going from one event to another, and iterate in the next product update and make sure that you have users, insights, and make your app even better. Retention rate is another metric which is super important. It's very helps to understand what's the stickiness of your users. It doesn't really matter if you're getting million users, only the next day to see 90% of them vanish. So this is a metric any app developer should follow very closely, especially with any change of way to the app. So for example, if you made an update to the app store, it's important to see if the update actually resulted in improving the retention rates or not. And Flurry helps you get very deep insights into this. For those who are not used Flurry Analytics, it's super simple to get started. Just visit developer.yahoo.com, download the SDK, create your app, and integrate with 2 lines of code. So along with the Flurry Analytics SDK, you will get functionality to everything, all the offerings under mobile developer suite except search and apps, which includes Explorer, Yahoo App Publisher, Marketing, Flurry Pulse, and Thumbline App Shares. So this is a single, very powerful SDK which can really make your life easier. And couple of months back, Apple Watch was launched, and I'm proud to say that it was one of the first in-app analytics provider on Apple Watch. From May 7th till now, we have 1,000 apps on Apple Watch have the Flurry SDK integrated with them. Honestly, this is the favorite part. So, how many of you have wanted real-time metrics but not be able to get them without paying the price? Quite good. So I think this has been the biggest ask from our developer community in the past few years, in which they wanted metrics to update in real time rather than waiting for 4 hours, 6 hours, or 15 hours. So I'm really happy to announce that Flurry is introducing real-time metrics. Right now it's open only to beta partners, but we'll be rolling it out to all in a couple of weeks. Stay in touch. So you can visit developer.yahoo.com to look at details on everything under the mobile developer suite. And you can visit flurrymobile.com to look at all the latest insights and trends into the mobile ecosystem. With this, I'm going to pass over to my colleague Sai, who's going to be talking about monetization.
Thank you all for coming so early on Saturday morning. Please bear with me, I have a scratchy throat today. So myself, Sai, and I work for Yahoo. I lead Yahoo App Publisher for India, meaning I help developers to find different ways and means to better monetize their inventory on app, on mobile web, and on PC display. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So I will majorly cover two products, that is Yahoo Search App and Yahoo App Publisher. So all these products encompass Yahoo Developer Suite. Some of them already been spoken about by Apple. So I'm going to cover these two important products that cover the aspects of monetization. At the outset, I'm going to show you how does the app economy look and how we are faring against our global partners. So to just put things in proportion, the growth has been tremendous in terms of mobile apps monetizing through in-app advertising. This hasn't been the main revenue generating scheme for most of the app developers. If I talk about the international developers, they have more apps ranked in top 100 apps that are paid in nature. But considering that from 450,000 apps in the year 2013, we are now seeing some close to 800,000 apps that have started to monetize through in-app advertising. That is close to 20% growth annually. And the revenue index, that means the total amount of revenue that these apps were able to pull in from 2014 to 2018, this is a projection obviously, will be 3x. This means that slowly and steadily in-app advertising will come into the mainstream, and app developers will stay more focused by monetizing their app through in-app advertising. So here I want to also draw some inferences. This is out of my own observation that I made this slide. So I reviewed top 120 apps categories are top free apps, top paid apps, and top grossing apps. Now, how does ranking system basically works? So, top free apps are the apps that have maximum number of downloads and installs by users at a price $0. Then top paid apps are the apps that have maximum installs from users at a minimum price of $0.1. Then top grossing apps are the apps, no matter what is their initially paid or fees, these are the top revenue generating apps. So these apps have generated the maximum revenues to user base on Play Store and App Store. So when I talk about top free apps, you will see that in Android and on iOS, not only 30% of made in India apps are there. This means still 70% of international apps are in top 100 or top 120 apps on Play Store and App Store. What does this show? This shows that we have a big opportunity lies ahead of us. We just have to work in the market and battle it out with international developers and try to compete with them and trade it. Because I'm sure that this still, from now 2015 till 2020, will shift more towards creating the apps, our indigenous apps. When I talk about top paid apps, you will see that from top 120 apps on Google Play Store, I'll focus more on Android since they're Android dominated markets. 4% of paid India apps that are non-gaming are the paid ones that are in top 120 app categories. So, what does this tell? What should we expect? So this tells that still app developers haven't really cracked that code of monetization. Still that equation of monetization is unsolved. They don't want to put apps as paid. They want to put it as free till they require actual users. They then want to start monetizing. But initially, all the Indian app developers are applications to launch paid apps. Also, this reflects that systems abroad are evolved. Like users would not even think twice before paying for an app. Their apps, major utility-based apps, and not the non-gaming ones. So if you see, the international apps, 76% and 72% are non-gaming apps. Those are paid ones. And in India, the trend is such that they would put gaming apps paid first, and then utility apps will follow. But here, abroad, in US, in China, they are putting out apps that are not free out there because they know that users won't spend some dollars and will probably take their services. So that trend will soon catch up in India too. Then we talk browsing apps. So like overall 12% of the apps in India are making revenue, good revenues. And only 4% of the 12% is of the 100% is actually paid in India apps. This again shows that we are not yet there. We don't know how to start monetizing and when to start monetizing. Like I don't know for my app what is the initial number of users that I require first and then start monetizing. Also, the Indian app developers are confused. They are drafted between different types of monetization models, whether to go for commission-based, whether to go for in-app purchase, or whether to go for in-app advertising. But to tell you very confidently that in-app advertising is the safest model that you could embark upon when the app is released on Play Store and App Store, because during A/B testing, you can get to know whether your users are driving away or getting attracted towards advertising in your app, whether you are capitalizing within your app, and it makes your app a self-sustainable model, meaning you get revenue from advertising. This is how you push other revenue streams later.
This in-app search thing, how is it different from custom Chrome tabs that Android has or WebView? In there also we can maybe open a website inside the application itself instead of going to a browser. So how is it that, is there any specific integration apart from just opening the website in a search view that you provide?
I have to come on this. I haven't used that.
Okay. Because Android has web views since a long time, and now Chrome custom tabs have been there in the newest SDK. So basically you can open any website inside your application itself. So this search thing, I can just fire a Google query with a... I don't know about that paid thing. So I was asking, because opening a website is easy, but I don't know if there are any other integrations with.
Yahoo shares that search monetization.
Okay.
The revenue.
Okay. Okay.
Right now it is not open, but Yahoo shares.
Okay. It shares.
So you can also like monetize it. So you get paid in minutes also. I think in that you won't be getting.
It's just a browser kind of thing. You just open the browser inside the app in that case.
Okay. So this is equivalent to a search you do in there.
Thank you.
Well, I may be wrong, but then I have seen GA's real-time analytics, and it is free.
That's there for a limited time. GA is like for 30 minutes, it'll show you some people. That's limited on GA. It was on the website.
So I think their data, gets accumulated in the system in real time, and in Flurry there is a delay of 2 to 3 hours. But real-time analytics is not for free. That is only available in the premium version. What do you mean when you say real-time analytics?
I'm able to see all of the live events, screens.
You can see that it's very good to do. So real-time analytics means that when a user installs your app, okay, and then let's say fires an event and makes a conversion. So the analytics means that from which particular geo, the age, the demographics, is he coming? So that is available for free.
Correct. On GA.
I think in Google Analytics, there's a data limitation in terms of.
No, I've been seeing it for more than 2.5 years with more than 3,000 users per day, and it is free. So I am not sure if there is a premium account attached to that.
Honestly, I don't know a lot about Google.
As a third party,
I don't know what Google products do. Yeah, so actually when you say
there's a question at the corner. After this, we'll take one more question if anybody has one.
Just wanted to know on this Flurry SDK with ads. So if we want to load it, right? So what will be the minimum data size which we have to load while on the initial launch up? So at least the minimum data, what is required to properly it work with at least 1 or 2 ads? So there is always a transaction with the internet, right? Some data will be loading and some data will be uploading, right? At the launch of the initial. That's fine. I'm just asking what will the data size.
so I don't have that 4 minutes limit.
Because for the Indian users, data is the most, you can say the valuable thing, right? So they count each byte.
Those numbers.
Yeah.
So engineers in my team would probably have that sense of figures.
Yeah.
So I'll get back.
Okay, yeah.
Any other questions? Cool. Thank you, Aman. Thank you, Sahil. Given the number of questions we've had, I'm pretty sure it was a very engaging session. Cool. Our next speaker is Abhishek Nandi. I'll let him, as usual, give his own intro and what he's going to talk about.
Okay. Hi, I'm Abhishek. I currently work for MoEngage. So today we are going to talk about anti-patterns, about Android anti-patterns. So with my association with MoEngage has helped me look at somewhere around 30 apps and their source code as well. So I've looked at like pretty good and bad apps as well. So that gives me a fair enough idea as to what all people are doing wrong, developers are doing wrong in the apps. What should not be done? Everybody is like telling you, hey, you do this, you do that, you have to include this library, you need to track this event.